Hi everybody, TJ Mac Vintage Cards here, and today I'm doing a second episode of If I Could Build One Case. And this series here, it's just a short series showing that if I can only keep 30 cards, which is what constitutes a case that I hang on my wall, because in my card room I have various cases on my wall. Some hold 30 cards, some hold 55, some hold 36. But the one that I'm doing here is a 30 card case of the 30 cards I would keep in my collection and why I would keep them. It's quite a challenge because, like most of us, we have quite a bit of cards in our collections that we care about. But these would be the ones that I would consider keeping, and I'll explain why. So in the first episode, we had these four beautiful cards. I titled it the Cleveland Quartet. I had a connection to my father-in-law, and these are four very special cards to me. You can catch up and watch that episode if you'd like. But this episode here is Artistic Beauties. These are 5 cards that I particularly connect with just because of the artistic beauty of the cards and what they represent. And they also connect my passion and love for these sports and the history of these sports. So it's just a nice marriage there of different things that I enjoy. So this first one that we're going to look at is Paul Weiner. And this is a 1935 Diamond Stars card. What I particularly like about this card is it's just got a lot going on it, and you just don't really understand even what the perspective is here. You got a guy standing behind Paul Weiner, you got the catcher and the umpire there, but then you're wondering, why is there a guy standing behind him? And it's not a defender likely, because it looks like he's wearing the same uniform, the Pirates uniform of that time. So just kind of an interesting card to begin with. It draws you in. It's Art Deco style, which I like. It's a 30s art style that, again, I have a great appreciation for. I like the formality of the umpire dress there, the catcher and the old equipment with the mitt in his hand there. You got Paul Weiner at the plate, just a great hitter. That's what he's really known for, is just a great hitter. I think he had a .336 career average, I want to say. Just an outstanding player. And then again, you have the player back here, and then with this Art Deco design going around it. So just a beautiful, interesting image on a card that I just really enjoy, and I think it shows real nicely. So that would be one I would definitely want to transfer over to my case. And this next one's another Diamond Stars. Diamond Stars is one of my favorite sets, again, because of that Art Deco look and just the beautiful images of the players. This is the great Jimmy Fox. I find interesting here is he's depicted as a catcher, but I think he only caught like 118 games, I want to say, in his career. He didn't really catch that many games, and they have him here as a catcher. He was predominantly a first baseman. But it's really cool here because you got, the old style of catcher, the hat backwards here, and this is a Philadelphia A's image because that's the hats they wore with the uniform underneath. You got the beautiful mitt with the ball plopped right in the center, where the pitcher would, the catcher would square up and receive that pitch from the pitcher. And just this nice Art Deco background, again, the beautiful colors, and just that nice catcher's chest protector. So these are just 2 beautiful cards that capture 1930s baseball and 2 of the best players from that decade. So those definitely would be 2 would be going in my case. And then over here is another love of mine is vintage 50s, 40s, 50s football. There's not much 40s in football cards. A couple Leaf and Bowman issues. But these 50s Bowmans are just beautiful cards, these early 50s cards. And this one here just wants me to bring my rake out. When you look at it and rake the yard, you can see the color and the leaves and the tree in the background. Just gorgeous with this cool Packers logo. And it looks like, Tony Canadeo, who's a Hall of Fame running back for the Packers, him and Steve Van Buren were the first guys to have 2,000-yard rushers in a season. I think it was 1948 or 49. So he was just a great running back for the Packers. First 1,000-yard rusher was Clark Hinkle, but Canadeo and Van Buren were the first time 2 players did it in a season. Pretty remarkable. They were shorter seasons back then too. But I love this Packers uniform. I love how the helmet matches the leaves on the trees, as well as the shoulder coloring on the shoulders and the number on his chest there, number 3. Just really screams vintage football. And I just, I love looking at this card. I'm not a Packers fan, but I told my son when I got this, I go, this card is just, draws the eye when it goes in my case, could have some really nice high-end cards around it, but this is where my eye goes. One of my favorites. And then here you got, look at this weathered look on his face. This is Sammy Baugh, one of the great quarterbacks of the 1940s and early 50s. And here he is in his number 33, his Redskins uniform. You can just see the leather on this helmet, no face guard. And again, a leathered, weathery face with the wrinkles around his eyes there. Just kind of shows the toughness of football in that era. It's just kind of the look on his face. Really, really love this image. Just a beautiful example of this card. One of my favorites. So this would definitely go in my case. He's a NFL Top 100 selection from that show on the NFL Network. So he was an outstanding quarterback of his time. And then this last one is Terry Sawchuck. This is a 6.5. And I mean, I don't really talk about grades too much. I don't know how this is a 6.5. This card is gorgeous. This is from 1953. Look how white these borders are. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous football hockey card. And what I like about it here is it shows you, what hockey was like back then. Goalies without face masks. You had to be pretty fatalistic to play goalie without a face mask in any era, especially at this time it was pretty tough era to play hockey in. You got a guy here coming in on the net here. You can see the end of the stick with a puck, him sliding down to get it. You can see the end of his skate, the old equipment. Just a beautiful, tells a story. What I like about this, the nice color on the card, color of his uniform. The Red Wings emblem matches that beautiful white border. There's fans in the crowd. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So this is one that would definitely go in my case to represent just the artistry of hockey and the beauty of the 1950s Parkhurst cards. So here's this particular episode again. Artistic Beauties, and hopefully you can understand my connection between these cards, my love of these sports, the history of these sports, and just how they marry up with my collecting interests. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.